Today we're going to be installing the Street Fighter kit onto the Hail Mary. For those of you who don't know, this is the Hail Mary. Here's my white competition car. It has a 6.8 LS in it. Well, it's an LQ4, but it's a 6.8 stroker V8. This is what it looks like. Very, very simple, clean. I didn't want to get super gnarly with this and create a bunch of issues, make it real easy to work on. Right now it's really freaking dirty. We just installed our new BC coilovers in the car. We got to do inner tie rods for the steering angle. But this is it, it's a competition car. We competed in the Drift League, and this season we'll be involved in Top Drift as well. Full cage, door jambs are still blue. Hold fast steering wheel, digital dash, dog box in it, all kinds of goodies in this car. And then I also have this E46 as well, and this one is called the Missile Mary. So we have the white car is the Hail Mary, the black car is the Missile Mary, and then depending on what Hannah is going to end up driving, we'll end up doing the Queen Mary. But this is the body kit. It's a little seasoned. It's been through one full season already, so you can see it's kind of chipped up and beat up. And one of the issues we're running into is that we're putting self-tappers into the body, and it's fine, it works, but eventually they back out. And so I decided to upgrade a little bit and go with some RIVNUTs. A lot of people don't do that. I'm figuring out that it's not very difficult to do at all, and so I'm going to show you how to do it. I use them a lot at work, but I've never used them on my own car, and I want to start using them on my own car because they mount cleaner, they're less susceptible to back out. It's just a better way to do it. Let's get into it.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
This is a RIVNUT. You'll drill a hole into your body. You'll insert this into said hole, and then if you can see on the inside of there, there's some threads. The threads in there will screw onto a bolt of your choosing. We chose to go with some stainless M4s, stainless steel, so they don't rust or anything like that. And then we got stainless steel fender washers. Pretty nice stuff. This is obviously a more expensive route to go than just running tech screws into the body, but this is way more legit. But let's go ahead and test one out and get it going. So luckily, Street Fighter's body kits, they come off the same mold, and they're very, very close to each other. Obviously, I've already mounted this kit, so this one should line up with all these holes. So I kind of already have pre-markers. So this is a tool my brother invented. It's pretty rad. We have a couple of these around the shop because we have RIVNUT guns and different things like that, and they all suck. So we got this little setup here, and this is pretty much a RIVNUT tool to help you insert them. So you'd screw this all the way on, your RIVNUT, till it flattens out against the base plate there. You then insert it into the hole. You tighten this 7mm head here, and as you tighten it, the RIVNUT will smash and it'll spread inside of the hole that you drilled. And then what it'll do is it'll lock into place, and when it locks into place, you back the 7mm out. It smashes like such. You can kind of see how it changes forms. And when it smashes, it holds onto the sheet metal, and then you can run a screw into it, or a bolt into it rather. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. We have our nutsert tool. I'm running all M4 stuff as well. Our little ratchet, our Allen key to insert them, and our drill that should be the right size for our M4 stuff. We'll find out. We'll install this one first. Again, I already have holes in the body, so I'm not having to line any of that stuff up, which is also a possibility. If you want to mount your whole kit with a box of tech screws, which I think is like 10 bucks, you can mount the whole thing with that. You'll get all your holes lined up, screw them all out, and then do RIVNUTs. You can too do this with a impact, but you kind of just run the risk of pulling the threads out of the nutsert. Trying to find out where that sweet spot is too, where I'm installed but not too tight. I think it's right there, so it doesn't want to give anymore. Probably been good to have the impact just to remove the tool a little bit faster. All right, now let's back this out. And bam, there it is. What I'm gonna do actually is just start kind of hitting them all. I should be able to insert a nutsert right here still, even though this is plastic and not aluminum. But how well it's gonna hold, I'm not sure. Also, if you use the wrong size bit, you can drill a hole that's too big, and then your RIVNUT's not gonna catch. And you have to upsize to a different RIVNUT size. We can test out the plastic actually. Insert all the way. Tighten this up. It should grab a little bit sooner because we're not going to sheet metal, the plastic's thicker. So it shouldn't clamp down so far. Yeah, that already felt like it was way less than earlier. Voila, there you have it, nutsert on plastic. It'll totally work. Now, when you go to tighten these down, once you put the body kit on, you're gonna wanna be careful because you don't wanna tighten them too much. They'll spin in there. Once it spins in there, drill it out, put a new one in. So I'm applying pressure with the tool and I'm just tightening with the ratchet. You'll feel it when you start to insert them. You can feel where it's like, it's smashing, and you feel like it really tight, and just stop. If you don't stop there, you pull the threads. But as you can see, like if you come look at this, it's not exactly centered, the threads, once it smashes. You see the threads are kind of up high relative to the actual lip of the hole. And that's where those misalignment ones really come in handy because they'll angle and do different things depending on how you're mounting it. I'll keep knocking these out. So you can get the small, you can get like M4, you can do M5, 6, whatever you want. M6 is just a little bit big. And the way that we set this up is to where the washers on these bolts fill in those little inserts right here on the body kit. See these little sections that are dropped? The washers will fit right into that hole, so it's gonna look really clean when it's done. If we did M6, they'd just be a little too big. So we don't wanna do all that. We just went with M4s to get the right size washer, and now it should be good. Should be great. All right, so that's how we're gonna fit it. No, I'm just kidding. I wish, dude. I really wish that I could run my car the ride heights that I'd want to, but we have this thing called function that we need to achieve because we spend a lot of money to go to competitions. We don't want to just blow it all away because we want it to be slammed or whatever. So these holes that are already here are pretty much good. I'm gonna line one of them up. Boom! Yeah, it's way lower in the front than what it used to be. It's a lot lower. The front end needs to be raised. I installed my new BC coilovers on it. They're just sitting a little too low up front. The rear is a little too high for my liking. I like my car to be level. Most BMWs have a stink bug like style to them. And I freaking hate it, but it's all right. Let me run one of these in for you. I'll run this one all the way in, but I'm gonna back it out because I like to leave everything loose until I tighten it all the way up. But as you can see, this is a nutsert with a stainless steel button head now and a washer versus that's what a button head tech screw looks like. Beautiful, ugly. That looks so much better. Wow. I'm already in love. Probably gonna have to bore these holes in the body. My only worry is that if I do this, then the hole might be too big. There you have it, folks. First RIVNUT to pull out. It's because it's on plastic. That sucks. Now luckily I got access to the back of this thing and I can hold the RIVNUT. It sucks. It's freaking holding there pretty good. I should probably bore all of these holes so I have a little bit of movement put into this and then install them all. This is one of the reasons why I like to kind of put them all in and leave them a little bit loose first. You have a little bit more of an adjustment there with having that bolt backed off versus when you tighten it all the way down, it's fixed and it becomes a lot more difficult to line up other stuff. This is where those misalignment ones I was telling you about come into play. These ones shouldn't be too bad. I just gotta bore them out a little bit. You could potentially too, when you get your body kit, drill out center holes, fold it up, mount one screw, and then mark all the rest. But I think the way I did it makes it the fastest, probably the laziest way you could do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start them all first. Now the fender's nice and mocked up. Again, everything's loose beside that one, which I'm gonna have to figure out later. I'll probably end up never doing it. Oh, we should be able to tighten all these up. Pulled the RIVNUT out of the freaking side skirt. This one just popped out. Again, this would probably be nice with like a small impact, just to kind of, yeah, that's just way more solid. Bam! Over fender completely installed with RIVNUTs now. So I have one on the plastic here, very sketchy. I don't want to take that in and out too many times. I'll probably pull it off one last time to do the sides there. Or I actually might not even have to take it completely off. I might be able to do it a different way than I'm thinking. Nope, I gotta take it all the way off because I gotta put the tool in it. Those came out really clean. This one's not tightened down all the way. Everything except for the stuff that goes into the plastics worked out really good. I like the way it looks too. It looks a lot cleaner. And now I just know, like, I know it's nice and stout. Like that's on there, you know? Less rattling, less vibration, things like that. Just gotta install the bottom ones better. If we can get those bottom ones to go in nice and solid, then we should be good. But that's pretty much the process you're gonna repeat all the way around the entire car. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this episode of installing the Street Fighter kit and learning how to use RIVNUTs. You learned with me, I learned this today. We learned that they don't work in plastic, they work great on sheet metal. That's the gist of it, and this is way too low. I'm gonna have to raise that. As always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to tell your friends about us. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. The point is, you'll find us. Type in my name, we'll be there. I'll see you guys later. Deuces. Walking to nowhere.